Alright, we are back today with the Mortal Online 2 stress test. So here we are in character creation. Looks like you got 4 races to choose from so far. Got humans, Alvarin, which kind of look like elves. The Ogmir, which are, I don't know, they're hairy boys. Got self-healing, high defense, ability to move unhindered in heavy armor. Top candidate for holding down the front line. So these seem to be tanky boys. They're also one of the most intelligent races. Massive health pool, high intelligence, powerful mages. Slinging spells in the back of the horse, that sounds really fun. I don't know what these are. And you got the Thursar. Heavy infantry and cavalry specialty. Massive strength. Super strength allows them to draw the most powerful bows. So these guys seem purely physical damage type, whereas these guys have magic capabilities. Not a lot of lore here. This character selection is cool, but I think it's a bit much. You have all these little things. Are these like passives you get later, or is this what you start with? Got some unlabeled stuff. Huh. I'm leaning towards these guys because magic sounds fun. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Oh, there we go. I guess it's just the 2 views. Okay. Let's start with that. So what is... Okay, so these are the 2, I think, sub-races you have. Oh. That looks kind of cool. Interesting. So how is that going to affect? Alright, let's switch this back to Blaine. For attributes, we got 25 and everything. Health 77, 150, 50. Let's see if this changes anything. 250. Does that change movement speed? No. So looks like the Weregar is more intelligent, less constitution, more strength as well. Damage bonus minus 14 for Blaine, but minus 15 to Weregar. Got 1 more attribute point. There's Weregar. These guys look cooler. And they have more intelligence, so I'm guessing better magic capabilities. So let's go with that. Age. Okay, so what is this going to affect? The older you get some more strength and constitution, as well as intelligence and psyche. Stamina as well. So there's probably some kind of cap. Okay, so stamina starts going down after 26. Same with constitution. Intelligence keeps going up, but very slowly. Probably not enough to make it worth it. So why don't we just stick with 26? We have 100 available attribute points. What is size going to give us? A damage bonus. Okay. So I guess we gotta figure out what kind of character we want. Like a class, I guess you could say. Leaning towards like a battle mage. So I'm thinking armor. So I'm guessing to wear a lot of armor. Ability to move unhindered in heavy armor. Self-healing. I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of strength requirement though to like wear better armor. So why don't we do, let's do plus 10 on that at least to start with. Constitution, I'm assuming, is going to be, yeah, health and stamina related. Let's put another 10 in there. Let's do 20 points in intelligence. Now let's do 30. I'm not sure what psyche will do. Intelligence raises mana, so does psyche. So we're gonna want a good amount of that. Probably mainly intelligence and psyche. Do that. I don't think we're really gonna need dexterity if we're gonna be trying to do spells. So I'm gonna leave that low. And got 10 more points. Let's just put it in intelligence. No, let's do 5 in psyche. 5 in intelligence. Okay. So weight, it's at 100% now. That increases health. Less weight gives more dexterity, less strength. So if we're at 100, then we have 25 dexterity. And 40 strength. So it seems to be, yeah, just health, strength, and dexterity modifier, basically. We can be, we can be real fat. Have minus 15 dexterity. Nah, we don't need super low dexterity. Oh, there's diminishing returns on strength as well, it looks like. Or not diminishing returns, but after you go past a certain point, big drop off. Yeah. After 170%, get minus 10 strength. So... Alright, so we got bald, and then 2 hairstyles. Not very good selections, but whatever. We're just gonna go bald. So after we got in the game and checked out our stat menu, we found this Clade Gifts menu, which seems to be the racial talents type system. So checked out all the different ones you get. Some of them don't have descriptions yet. Like this one, Augmere Engineering. But I just decided on some decent ones that, I mean, sounded logical to get. So you start with 10 for the stress test here. I'm sure you only get 1 or maybe even none at the start of a normal playthrough, but I think things are expedited for the stress test. So yeah, here I am picking out my 10. There was like a damage one, yeah, that one right there. Got some intelligence and some psyche, I think. It's pretty minor buffs. When you're creating a character, if you're looking at the attributes, you see pretty much everything will start at 25. And then you'll have another number next to that in parentheses, and that number I believe is the max. So there seems to be some sort of hard cap on what you can get for your attributes per race. But with these little talents, you can raise those caps a little bit. But it is just a little bit, like +3 here and there. Nothing too drastic. So if you're playing, I think the Thursar, the big orc-looking guys that are really good at combat, but not very intelligent, then you're probably not going to be able to make one of those into a magic user. It seems that your race does play a pretty big part in what kind of character you want to make as far as play style. So take that into account when making a character. But yeah, just finish this off, and then the skill system is pretty interesting as well. There's a couple tutors around town here. There's like the combat tutor, and there's like a weapon crafting tutor. There's a butcher tutor and a magic tutor. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 more, but basically you get your like starting skills by talking to these tutors around town. And then you can level up skills how you would think. You know, you level up run skill by running, or jumping by jumping. But later on I use a little magic, and my skill doesn't really go up very fast. So what you gotta do is go to the library in town, and there's a bunch of different librarians in there that sell different skill books. And it kind of reminds me of Eve Online, where you level up a skill, and it's just time based, and it'll actually level up even if you're offline. But you buy these skill books, and it'll be like Magic Schools skill book, and then it'll say this will level your Magic Schools skill to a certain level, and I think for that one it was 70. I think most of the skill books were 70. Maybe a couple of them were 100, but they have some kind of cap on the skill book. Basically, you equip the skill book in your bottom right slot in your inventory there, and then you just let it sit there, and you just passively gain skill in that skill. So, and then another interesting thing was if you unequip the skill book, then it gets deleted, so you don't get it back. You can't like swap out skill books for what you need. You kind of have to plan out how you're gonna do it. So there's these, they're called secondary skills, or the skills here in this menu right here, and then when you go in the drop down menu, those are the primary skills. So it seems kind of backward that these more general skills would be the... Okay, no, these ones say primary. Oh, and then these ones... Some of them say primary and some of them say secondary. I don't know. The action skills, some of them... It looked like most of them say secondary, so... I don't know. Some of them say secondary, some of them say primary. But... yeah, so you just get your skill books and level up that way. But yeah, you gotta plan it out. So after messing a little bit with the skills, you can go out of town and start gathering some materials. And to do that, you will need an axe and a pickaxe for wood and mining rocks, respectively. You can buy them. There's an equipment vendor, I believe, and it sells them for like 1 silver each. They're pretty cheap, something like that. So you just get those, and then you can go start gathering some wood. I wasn't finding any wood that was actually worth much. It seemed that they were all worth about 1 copper per wood. So it's not very profitable, but you'll need it to craft with later. So it might be worth gathering. But other than that, what you're going to want to do is start looking for some piggies. You can find pigs in town, and you can actually kill them in town too. But you just go a little out of town, and there's a bunch, and that's going to be your first source of meat and leather, and that will start selling for you. I found this little barn here with there's a taming tutor over here, I believe. So you can get some intro skills to taming. I believe you can tame the pigs, so you can find around if you want, but I don't know what good they do, so I figured they're better eaten. But you just farm a couple of these guys, and then you take them to the butcher, or if you have the butcher skill, I believe you can just do that in your inventory. So if you can manage to catch these guys, then they're easy killing. But they do this little weird decompose, and you got some pig loot. So you got this pig carcass, and then you can butcher that, and you get a bunch of stuff. You can get the raw pig meat and tallow and maybe one other thing. But the pig meat actually sells for a decent bit, and you get a lot of it, so it could be a good first source of income, as well as the crops that you can find in town. If you get the peaches, the wolf peaches, I think, you can get a bunch of those pretty quickly and sell them outright, or you can turn them into juice and then sell the juice. But it seems like the first grind you're going to want to do is just slay a bunch of pigs, get some crops, sell those if you want, and get yourself some weapons. Oh, leather. That's what the pigs drop as well. You get the leather from the pigs, and you can turn that into your first set of armor, which I am wearing right now. You can see the gloves there. But Yeah, so you want to get yourself some leather armor and then get some sort of better weapon. I'm still rocking the level 1 sword here, and it can deal with pigs just fine, but the next enemy you're gonna want to look for, it does not do very good damage on them, so you're gonna want to get something better. So once you fill your inventory with pig carcass, you're gonna take it to this building here. It's got a butcher's cleaver sign on the outside, and as you can see, a lot of dead pigs. You're gonna take it to this butchery table, and you're gonna throw your pig carcass in there. Hold it down, and you will get pig meat. You'll get leather. You'll get bone tissue, and if you're lucky, you'll get something called emulge. Probably mispronouncing that, but anyways, take all of that to the vendor here. I would sell the pig meat, keep a little for eating, I guess, but sell the pig meat and the bone tissue and the emulge. And yeah, just rinse, repeat. Do that until you got the weapon that you want. And then with the leather, take that over to the armor crafting station and make yourself sort of the entry-level armor. It's like Calardian leather, I think it's called. Make yourself a set of that, and then yeah, then you're ready to move on to the next stage, I would think. So let's go see what that's like. Alright, here we are at a graveyard. And we got some undead along with a couple players. Let's see how these guys do. Okay, there's a group of 3. I don't want to take all 3. I would just help this guy. Whoa. Alright, that didn't do as much as I thought it would. There, we got some loot. Walking dead carcass. Cool. Ooh, lots of loot. It seems to be the best source of money I've seen so far. How did that even hit me? Okay, so the loot does not seem to be per player. I think I was just fast and I grabbed all the loot in that other pack, but yeah, it seems like more static. No shared loot. Well, I guess it is shared loot. are at half health, so we're also running out of inventory weight. So why don't we head back? Whoa. So far this game is pretty fun and definitely has some potential. I'm really interested to see some of the other mechanics that they add in, like base building and stuff like that. So for now, I think I'm going to try to get the most out of this stress test. And yeah, look forward to some more gameplay soon.